Hello and welcome to Omnisend demo video. I am Paul and I have Will with me right here.
Hi everybody.
We're going to take a deeper dive and see what Omnisend is about and how you can use it for your business. We will cover such topics as connecting it to your store website. We will take a look in ways how you can import your customer data. We will take a look at lists and segments, at campaigns and automation, and see how the reporting works and what you can see after you send those emails, SMS messages, or push notifications. And at the end, we will take a look at the ways how we support our customers and how our pricing works. So if you're ready, Will, let's begin.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited.
Okay, so at first, when you register your Omnisend account, you see a welcoming message, and you can go through a couple of steps to start understanding what Omnisend is about. We will quickly go through those now, and we will connect our store.
So, what e-commerce platforms does Omnisend support?
This is a great question. As you can see from this screen, we support a number of different e-commerce platforms, and you don't even have to have an e-commerce platform. You can connect any website through our API by choosing Other over here. For this demo, we will be using Shopify just to make things simple. Over here, we enter our store URL. We log in into our store. Prove that we're not a robot. And in case of BigCommerce or Shopify, it's as easy as just installing the app. On some other platforms, Omnisend is available as a plugin, for example, on PrestaShop or Magento. And in other ways, you can just use our API to integrate with your website. Now we can get started. Okay, so we have our store connected, and this is the welcome screen where you can see a couple of tasks already available for you, and you can jump into those. But we will go through a different workflow, and we'll cover the topics that I've mentioned earlier. Once you have your Omnisend account ready and integrated with your website, we automatically start pulling your customer data. In case of API, this is something that you will have to be pushing to us, so you should refer to the documentation in such case. We will take a look now at our subscribers, and you can see that we already have lists and segments. Those two different types of subscriber management are separated by their logic. So lists are something that are static. You don't have rules for them, and you can create as many lists as you like. Import your subscribers over there, and we can take a look how that works. My first list. You can add a comment just for your internal use and create a list. Right now we have 0 subscribers, but we can add them either by adding one by one, importing subscribers from file. For example, if you have exported it from some other email provider, you can copy paste it from Excel if you have a file on your laptop. And also we have a direct import from MailChimp. Keep in mind that this import is not a sync, but one-off import, so that when you're migrating, it's really easy to import your customers with appropriate statuses. And we also have a video on how to use the import on Omnisend. So we have our first list created, but this is a static list. If we want to have a dynamic list which changes depending on the rules preset, we have to go for segments. At first we have 0 segments, and we can create our first one. And our segments can be created based on shopping behavior, profile data, email activity, and lists that our contacts belong to. So for example, right now we have created our new list, and we can use that list for segmentation. If we look at rules based on shopping behavior, there are a lot of different data that gets pulled from your store or your website, and you can segment your customers based on product activity, purchased products, or order activity, when the order was placed, what was the total, etc. If you would like to go even deeper into that, you can add additional filters to select different collections, different product vendors, different product tags. But this is a feature that is only available on Pro Plan. So right now we will not use that. Once we're done, we can create a segment. Of course, right now it turns 0 subscribed because we don't have anything on our store just yet.
Okay, seems pretty clear to me. But how do I grow my list that it would turn from 0 to 100,000?
This is a really good question. And to answer that, we should jump into our Forms tab. This is a tab which allows you to create different sign-up forms on your website or on your online store. Right now, again, we have 0 sign-up forms. We can create a new form, and we have 4 different types of sign-up forms. First one, pop-up. These are the sign-up forms that pop up based on particular rules that you preset. Sign-up box is a small widget button which can appear at the bottom or on the side of your store screen, and once somebody clicks it, a sign-up form appears. Wheel of Fortune is a gamified way to collect your subscribers, where your customers can spin the wheel, win something, and in return provide you with their contact details. And last but not least, we have a landing page, which is a separate page to collect your subscribers. You can use that in many different cases. For example, if you have a brick and mortar, you can provide an iPad to your customers, and in this way collect their contact details as well.
I have one question, and regarding a pop-up, can we set up different timing? For example, exit intent or something similar?
Yes, definitely. We can take a look at how you can change your settings and how you can change your design. So at first you get a predefined design, but you can change how it works. For example, we want to go with exit intent, and that also changes the default text that you get on your sign-up box or pop-up or landing page. And this is something that you will be able to change later on, no worries.
Very
nice.
Nice.
Also you get to choose your layout. For example, you can choose something with more images, or you can choose something without an image. So it depends completely up to you how you want it to look. When we go to the content section, you can change all the content. You can customize the box positioning. You can customize the theme. You can also use your custom CSS. You can choose whether it has a close button, whether it's Google mobile friendly, because Google has additional rules on how you can use pop-ups, and also whether it should be shown for mobile visitors or not. And to answer your question about the timing and targeting, we have different settings for that as well. So you can show your sign-up form when somebody tries to leave your store, or you can just show it after viewing a particular amount of pages, after spending some time on your website, or scrolling a particular amount of percentage on a particular page. And as for targeting, you can target it by page URL, or you can even target by part of page URL. So for example, you can show in all categories but not on the home page. And also you can choose whether your sign-up form should not appear on some of your on some of the pages on your store. And also you can choose the limits, how many times a particular subscriber or particular visitor should see those sign-up messages. Once you have everything set up, you can see how the form itself looks, and you can see the success message, which can be also edited in the content and design section. And you can see how that looks on mobile devices and how that looks on desktop. Once you're done, click Save and Enable, and your pop-up is ready to collect new subscribers.
Okay, very nice. So let's say I already grew my list to a significant number. How can I send some personalized marketing material for my subscribers?
Yeah, that would be probably a really reasonable step after collecting your subscribers. So for that, we have two ways to do that. It's either campaigns or automation. I would suggest looking at campaigns first, and then we can move to the automation. So when you go to Campaigns tab, you click New Campaign, and then you get a chance to create different campaigns through different sales channels. At the moment, we offer you to start with email campaigns, SMS campaigns, and push notification campaigns. Also, you can do email A/B testing.
Very nice.
So, do you have a particular sales channel in mind?
I would like to start with the email.
Okay, so let's do it with email. We have a 5-step setup process where you can add your details about the campaign. This is the subject line. You can also use a campaign booster, which is a feature that allows you to resend a campaign after 48 hours to those who did not open the first one. And it really can boost your sales up to like 30% compared to those campaigns that you don't boost. I highly suggest checking that out and using on some of your campaigns. Moving on, you have your sender's name. And these are the fields that you don't have to put in every single time you're setting up your campaign. This is just a fresh account. This is why we have to do that for the first time. For pre-header, you can add anything or just skip it. We will use some content from your newsletter in that case. For campaign, this is something internal, completely up to you whether you add it or not. If not, we will use the subject line in this case. And you can use different languages on your campaigns. I will turn off the campaign booster for now. And we jump on the template step where you can choose from 5 of our predefined templates, which are highly editable, and you can do anything, almost anything you like with those. I will go with the London theme, and we jump into the content section where you can edit your email campaign. This is a drag and drop editor, so you can move the items around and you can replace them and remove them in any way you like. Also, to make it customized and to make it match your brand design, you have a special design tab where you can choose from already predefined design templates, but you can also create your custom design. And whenever you create your custom design, you can save it and later on reuse that design on other campaigns or automation emails.
Okay, great. And how do I put products inside my newsletter? What is the best way for that?
This is a really good question. We have a special feature called Product Picker, which is available over here, and you simply have to click Start Picking. If you already have your online store connected to your account, your online store will open up and you will see your products. Let's go into the product page, and on the right side you see the Product Picker widget. we click the plus sign to add this particular product. If we want, we can add more than one, of course. We add the second one, and let's say we're done with it. We click the approval button, and we get back to the editor where all the information is pulled from the store with images, product names, prices, proper links, and so on. So you don't have to copy and paste everything manually.
And I even can change that information if I would like to.
Yeah, correct. You can either change that for these particular products that you have just pulled, or there are settings that you can set for your picker so that every time you pull, for example, you don't pull the price. Well, it would be weird, but you can just not pull the photo or not pull the old price and so on. So there are many different settings that you can set for that as well.
Okay, very nice.
Okay, so once you're done with your campaign, you're happy how it looks, you can either save it for later. You can save it as a template, and all the content and all the designs will be saved, and in the template step you will be able to choose this particular template. You can preview how your campaign looks on desktop and on mobile devices, and you can even rotate that to see how it looks sideways. As you can see, some blocks are missing. We automatically remove the content that has not been edited or added, so that you would not be sending empty blank spaces or some missing data just to make your emails look better. So once we're done, once we're happy with how it looks, we can send a test email to our colleagues or ourselves just to look how that looks in our inbox, or we can move to the next step, which is recipients. Here we can either send our campaign to all subscribers if we want to send to everyone, but as we talked, you're interested in sending just to some subscribers, and in this way personalize the experience. So you can choose the subscribers. You can either go with segments, which we have just created, or you can go with lists, which are static and you have imported from somewhere else. As you can see, we don't have any subscribers, so we can't move forward there.
Okay, but for example, if we would have subscribers and I would select a segment, then I would be able to create content, for example, for those who bought some specific product, and send information for them only related to that specific product.
Exactly. Yes, you are completely correct. And this is a really good way to split your audience, and in that way not to overwhelm them with the messages.
Great, yeah.
So as another way to communicate with your audience, we have automation, and this is something really powerful. To start, there are some recommended workflows that we suggest to all our users, but again, if you want to start working with it, let's see how that process goes. So we click start, and we have 5 different sections where we can choose what are we interested in today. So we begin with subscriber, where we have really simple workflows like welcome emails of predefined 3 emails or 1 email. Also, we have birthday emails that can be sent out on the date of the birth of your particular customer. Then we have shopper. So for those who are looking around, we have abandoned cart emails, and we have product abandonment and browse abandonment. As for buyer, we have order confirmation, customer feedback, shipping confirmation, and cancellation confirmation. For repeat buyer, for those who made a purchase one time and you want to bring them back, because as you know, it's easier to get a customer back than find a new one. We have cross-sell, customer reactivation 1 email, a very simple one, and an order follow-up.
Just one question. I can choose only between 1 email and 3 emails, or I can choose different types of numbers here.
You can add as many emails as you like. In fact, you can add even more channels to it. These three emails or one email are just to make it more simple to you to start. And after that, you are free to choose how many emails at what times and what additional channels you want to use. And to end, we have other, which is a custom workflow. So if you are not, if you feel like you need something else than what we are offering you right now, you can create a custom workflow based on the segments, based on some other rules. Or if you are using our API with the custom integration, you can start passing some really custom data for those custom workflows.
Okay, seems like a lot of information here. So I would like to ask, what kind of automations you would suggest me to begin with?
As an online business, of course, you want to start talking with your customers. So first of all, you need to have welcome emails. We have a sign-up form. We need to welcome our customers to our subscriber list. Then we need to convert those abandoned carts. If somebody is coming into our store, they are adding their products to the cart but not making that purchase, we need to nudge them and use the abandoned cart. And to finish the holy trinity, as I call it, up, I suggest using order confirmation emails so that all of your emails, even the transactional ones like order confirmation, look the same and have the same feel throughout the whole process. So these would be the three main automated workflows that I suggest using.
Okay.
And of course, you can start with those and build from there.
Okay. Can we take a look in one of those? Just how does it looks? How does it look inside?
Yeah, definitely. I suggest checking our abandoned cart workflow. So when you choose a workflow, you jump into the workflow editor where you see some interesting numbers, how many customers have entered the workflow, how many of them are in the workflow, and how many have exited it. It's like a quick glimpse of what are the reports for this particular workflow. Right now, of course, we have zeros. Later on, we should start pulling more and more numbers. Now, when we look at the whole workflow, we see that we have trigger, which is an abandoned cart. We have a delay of 1 hour. Then we send out an email. Then we wait another 11 hours. Then we send a second email. And then we wait another 12 hours. And we send the last email. And this way workflow ends. If you want to edit it and you want to send those emails quicker than that, or you don't want to send 3, you want to send 4 or 2, or you want to start converting through SMS, just click edit workflow. In this case, we jump into the editor where you can simply, in a very similar manner as we just saw with the email builder, you can add different delays. For example, weeks, hours, days, minutes, depending up to you. We can send even immediately as something happens, and add different channels where you will be able to add all the details and all the text and etc. Of course, if you're happy with the current setup that is already available over here, or you just want to simply preview the email, how it looks, and edit it, you can click on it, edit content, and the email editor opens up. As I mentioned, when you save your email as a template, you will be able to reuse that on your automation as well. So we have a first email, and as you can see, we have 2 blank spaces, or so-called placeholders for your products. In abandoned carts case, these products will be filled automatically for you with those products that your customer has abandoned. So in every single case, there are going to be different products that the customer has abandoned on the store. And of course, we have complete your order button, which is going to have also a custom link to that particular cart for that particular customer.
And One more question. This logic that is pre-made, is it based on some kind of a statistics that you have internally at Omnisend, or it is just a random workflow, random logic?
Yeah, it's a really great question. Actually, we did a lot of research and we also looked at what other players in the market are telling. And as for abandoned carts, this is going to be the best workflow preset that you can have. We suggest using that because you immediately start talking with the customer who has just abandoned their cart and you're not waiting too long, but you're not jumping right off the bat as something happens. And sending 3 emails has shown to be the best way to convert them, not being too irritating and also not spending too much time and acting too late. So we had a lot of data, we analyzed it, and we made those decisions based upon that.
Okay, great. Sounds very good.
Okay, so when you're happy with the setup that you have for your automation, you can click save and you can either save and close it for later. Maybe some of your colleagues need to take a look at it, or you can just enable workflow. And here we have a list of our enabled workflows on the automation section. As you can see, abandoned cart is one of those.
Okay, so can I track my opens and clicks for campaigns and for automations?
This is again a really good question, and we have a separate tab for that called reports. Of course, some of the data is already available in campaigns, automation, and forms tab, where you have a list of those campaigns, automations, or sign-up forms. But to dive into the reports, you would go for reports tab. And over here, we have 3 different sections: campaigns, automation, with our first automation already available, and forms, with our first sign-up form already available here as well. And if we look at those different tabs, we have a way to download all the reports for all our either automations, campaigns, or forms. Or if we jump into the automation and we look at the particular report for that particular automation, campaign, or sign-up form, we can see all the numbers in different time periods, and we also can see the activity, how many emails or SMS messages or Facebook Messenger messages or push notifications, depending on the channels that you're using in that automation, have sent, opened, clicked, unsubscribed, reported spam, bounced, and so on. And clicks and opens being one of the primary metrics for email marketing is okay, but another really amazing thing is that you can see how many sales that automation or that campaign has brought to you. So you don't have to calculate that manually. Everything is already available right in your Omnisend account.
Amazing. Oh, I see one more thing here. What is it, live view?
Yeah, live view is something that we have released in 2018, and this is a way to see when somebody is browsing your store and what exactly are they doing with it. So it's like in a way it's Google Analytics on your Omnisend account, so you can see different events like product viewed, category viewed, pages viewed, and so on, and you can see different visitors. So known visitors will appear with their email addresses or their names if they have provided such data to you. And we also track anonymous visitors so that you would understand how many people are known to you and how many visitors have already converted into subscribers. You can see the stats for different time periods. You can see how many visits were today. Well, our store is not that popular just yet. We also see how many visitors online are right now. So this is live, and you can see what time ago and what visitors, in our case anonymous visitors, have viewed pages and products. So we can start understanding how our visitors are working with our store. And also this whole data is going to be available for your segmentation really soon. We have covered all the different parts of Omnisend. Of course, there are a lot of more things to dive into, and there are more things to cover. Do you have any questions right now?
Not for now, but what if I will in the future? Where do I go then?
So, in such case where you're lost and you don't know how one thing works or how the other thing works, or you just want to know how you can benefit more from Omnisend, we have different ways to help you out. So first of all, we have a knowledge base where the majority of your questions should be answered, and we have different sections with articles explaining how things work, not just on Omnisend, but how email, SMS messaging, and all other channels work in the market. So you can go through and check them out. We also have a search where you can simply search for something that you're interested in and get your answers over there. Another way to contact us is to simply click on the small widget and start talking to our support team. Our support team is available 24/7 and can answer any of your questions. And this is a really good way if you're being lost or if you have anything to ask. Of course, you can always contact us through email at support@omnisend.com, and you can also hit us up through our Facebook page and ask questions over there as well. So many different ways to contact us, and you just need to choose the most appropriate for you.
Great. Yeah. So, I believe at the beginning you mentioned that we will take a look at pricing, which is very interesting to me.
Yes, to wrap this up, we can look at how our pricing works, and for that you can just go to omnisend.com and click pricing and see for yourself. Basically, we have three different pricing plans. The first one is free for those who are okay with sending up to 2,000 emails per day and 15,000 emails per month. So you have to pay nothing for that, and you get things like website tracking, sign-up forms, newsletters, and content editor, discount codes, SMS and campaigns, sales reporting, and of course our 24/7 email and chat support. If you are willing to go for more features, and if you're interested in automation, in SMS and automation, in interactive email elements, and more sign-up forms, or if you're a pro and you want to start using more sales channels like Facebook Custom Audiences, Google Customer Match, Facebook Messenger, which is an amazing thing and really helps you convert your abandoned carts and talk to your customers in a new way. And you need an account manager and you're a bigger account, you would go for Pro. So these three free, standard, and Pro pricing plans are something that all of our customers are able to find the best thing that matches their needs. And of course, our pricing is something that scales as your business grows. So it's based on the amount of active subscribers you have at the moment. So for example, you start with a really small contact list of 400 subscribers, let's say. The prices start at as low as $10 US, but as you grow, as you grow your business, for example, with a 50,000 contact list, you would have to pay under 300 or 680 for Pro.
Okay. And I see there is monthly billing and there is yearly billing.
Yeah, that's correct. We can offer you to go either for a monthly billing where we charge you on a monthly basis, and also you can go with a yearly billing to pay upfront for the whole year. In that case, we offer you a 20% discount, and as you can see, prices go as low as $220 for 50,000 active subscribers.
Okay. And then the last thing I might to ask, what is the difference between standard segmentation and advanced segmentation?
Yeah, so standard segmentation is something you get as a first level segmentation. If you want to use additional filters, which allow you to dive into the data that you have imported from your store, which is automatically imported, in this case, you're using advanced segmentation.
Okay, I understand. So basically, if I click that add filter, that means that it is an advanced segmentation.
Yeah, basically, adding filters to your segments is using advanced segmentation.
Okay, okay. Good, good. I feel that I learned a lot today.
So, thank you for taking a quick tour through Omnisend and looking at the features we have currently to offer. If you have any questions, or if you are still doubting or want to see how things work from the inside, we highly suggest just hitting that get started button and seeing everything for yourself, or clicking small widget at the bottom right corner and contacting our representatives and talking to them.
Oh, and by the way, one more question. Do you provide any trial period?
You get a 14-day trial of all the pro features once you connect your Omnisend account to your store or your website, and you can try everything out. You can use all the features and benefit that is available on the pro plan.
Okay, great. Sounds very good.
Okay, thank you, Will, for taking your time and looking at Omnisend, and have a great day.
Yeah, thank you very much, Paul. It was a great show.
Thank you. Goodbye.